what's the agency? CISA. Those are the ones that that monitor all the computers for the government. I mean, we started with the. Let's tee this up. We started with the Twitter files,
right?
And if you remember when Elon Musk bought Twitter, he disclosed that the government had a way to not only get into Twitter but adjust the algorithm.
Correct.
Remember that?
Yeah, they got a back door. They got their own back door basically to add little tags to people.
Right, to be able to censor what is out there. So it now turns out that under a FOIA Act, the Media Research Council has requested this information about the censorship during the 2020 election. And is it CISA or CISA, which is, again, I got to, you never pronounce these things properly, right? It's the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, and with it, the Election Integrity Partnership, the EIP.
Oh, God.
Right? Both of which are... So they're now under scrutiny for everything that they censored during the 2020 election. And guess what the Biden administration is doing?
What?
They refuse to disclose that information.
What?
Oh, come on. Are you really surprised?
No, but if it's
really
FOIA
surprised?
request, I thought you had to comply with a FOIA. Freedom of information, right? That was the whole thing
Right.
with the Patriot Act or, whatever, like... Freedom of Information Act. If we ask the government for information, they have to give it to us.
Well, first of all, you would tie a 1 million pound ball and chain on their leg, and then they'd tell you to walk from here to there, so that you'll get it. But you and I may be dead when you get
It'll
it.
all
I just
be
find
redacted.
I just, and it'll all be redacted, right? But I just find it interesting. Not interesting is the wrong word, but here's another example of government censorship, and we're yet supposed to believe. And look, I'm not questioning the 2020 election and saying it was false, but you got to say, where are the answers?
Well,
Because now, now the government, the Biden administration, the Department of Justice actually reached out to, I want to say it was Washington University, who was conducting the study. Let's see, it was Daily Caller News Foundation, right?
Okay.
Reaches out to, where's my favorite? There it is. Reaches out to the University of Washington Center for Information Informed Public. And what they asked, the DOJ has now asked them, well, what information are you going to release based on this request? And we want to see it before you release it, because we may have to go to court to block its release.
What?
I'm not.
Are you? Oh my God. And then they wonder why no one has faith in our elections.
Right.
This is, you would think that a administration who seems to care so much about, not having a repeat of 2020 and that you would want to be as transparent as possible so that the American people can trust their elections, rather than continue to feel like things are being kept from them, right?
Ericka, what planet are you from?
Oh my God, Mars apparently.
No, wait a minute. Do you really think, given everything that's in the news, that you think that the Biden administration and the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security really cares what you think, whether or not the elections had integrity or not?
No.
They care about winning. And if, let's just make an assumption, and folks, we're making an assumption here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just make an assumption that there was some irregularities, right? Let's call them irregularities, because they just found another whole box of, absentee ballot stuff in some warehouse in Michigan again, by the way.
Are you serious?
And there was another one. Yeah, and then they just had somebody testify, a postal worker, that he took, several, 100,000 ballots, and hid them in a warehouse. But again, that's conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Robert, the conspiracy theorist.
All right.
But let's just assume, for argument's sake, that there was some irregularities in the 2020 election, right? Mm-hmm. And let's assume that as a result of those irregularities, the Biden administration, or President Biden, got elected. Now, I still want to understand how he got the most votes in history hiding in his basement. There's no way you're going to get me to believe that. He got more votes than Barack Obama. He got more votes than Donald Trump in 2016. Now, I understand this whole ballot harvesting, mail-in ballots certainly would increase that number. But look at the numbers, folks. It's just not possible.